If you love structure, if you feel calm when there's a plan, if random training sessions or last minute changes stress you the fuck out, you might be a type 3. What I call the planner. So type 3s aren't driven by thrill like the ones in the 2A or emotion like the 2B. They're driven by safety, certainty, and consistency. They don't chase chaos, they chase control. And when they feel secure, supported, and stable, they become an absolute machine. But when life gets messy and anxiety spikes, cortisol rises, motivation collapses, not so good. So, in this episode, we're going to break down exactly how to train, eat, and recover like a type 3 and how to create a calm environment that you need to perform at your best. So, who is a type 3? Let's go through the neurotransmitter profile. Their dopamine is not high. It's not excessively low, but it's fairly low. So they've got low drive without routine or reward. Their GABA is also quite low, so very little braking power. So more anxiety, more overstimulation. It's nothing that's going to bring them back down and calm them down. Adding to that, they're super serotonin sensitive. So they need serotonin to feel safe and grounded. And we're going to go deeply into nutrition here. This one's going to be super important for the type 3s. Their adrenaline sensitivity is very high. They're like the adrenaline dominant. That is the thing that's going to fucking get them. So that easily overwhelmed by stress or pressure. Glutamate is high as well. So they're going to have heightened emotional processing, often tied to overthinking. And their acetylcholine is quite low, so not naturally skill-based. It doesn't mean they can't learn skills. They just need more reps, more structure. It just lots of repetition. So a core personality trait for a type 3 will be someone that thrives on routine and predictability. They'll prefer structure and logic over like spontaneous changes. Will be very anxious when unprepared or surprised. Very good at planning, tracking, and organizing. Actually, some of my best clients, my favorite people in the world as well, type 3s. And especially when it comes to the clients, because it's like you give them something, they just fucking do it. And they're really good at check-ins. They're really good at tracking. It's actually like apparent the difference in them. So although they're going to struggle with the chaos and randomness or high pressure situations, there's definitely some big pros to being a type 3. There's not good or bad. We just need to understand how we can maximize. Because if you're feeling stressed all the time, that's not good. But we can add some things in to bring it back down. So yeah, unreal. So what does it feel like? The type 3s feel best when the plan is laid out, meals are prepped, workout is written and predictable. They're just going to thrive off following programs, which coach's dream, right? They're also going to prefer when the gym's quiet and familiar. So rocking up to a new gym, it's going to take some time to like build up the confidence. And I always say this to people when they first go, because type 3s aren't the only one that have like new gym anxiety, but they're definitely more prone to it. The 2Bs and the 3s are definitely more prone to it. And even me, like I think I'm going to lock in. I'm a 2A now after doing all these podcasts. I can be brought back down and I'll be like, oh, and I'm a coach. Like, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. What's over there? I tell everyone, just go into the gym, go to every fucking corner and figure where everything else is. Because once you know, there's no more like instability. There's nothing foggy about it. You know the layout. You know that this is your gym. You train there a few times. You can be like, this is my gym. I feel good now. And you can not be overwhelmed. So that's one of the main things. The type 3s don't want to wing anything. They want to execute a clear path. It's all about planning out and being strategic. And they don't get hyped from adrenaline. They get overwhelmed. And this was the perfect moment when I realized that neurotypes differed and mattered. So it was when I was first learning and I did the quiz for myself and my friend. And he's a type 3 and I'm we're going to say 2A. And I love competition. I absolutely love it. Like I do need to win. It's one of my favorite things in the world. He, on the other hand, was like, there's no way. Like he filled out the quiz and he said, there's no way anyone likes being in high pressure situations. Why is this a question? I was like, no, I love it. What do you mean? Like this, but I need it. I need to win. And he's like, oh, we're not the same. And we both had the realization of, holy fuck, not everyone's the same. Not everyone likes the same things. Like, and it's like it's obvious now saying it out loud, but there's going to be so many things where you're like an emotional reaction when you'd be like, that's not right. No one likes that. And you'd be like, oh, okay. And I hope that even just getting to the fifth episode in this Neurotype series, you realize the difference of how people are going to react to things and how they like things. So let's talk training. How should a type 3 train? Calm, structured, and rhythmic. Repetition is a good thing. It's not boring to them. They love reps. Okay, so avoid highly complex movements or chaotic plans, which I'm super guilty for. And I wonder if all the clients that I've ever lost over the years were all type 3s and 2Bs because my programs were just fucking aggressive in like high complexity, high explosive. Like I just love it, right? Like all these novel things. Sorry, past clients that have left because of this. I'm better now. Okay, so we don't need these things. So the best kind of program is going to be a 3 to 4 day full body or like an upper lower, which is less volume than what we've talked about previously with like the amount of training days. And it's because they just need to regulate their stress a bit. Even the friend that I'm talking about, my boy Nick, he was like, I just lifted unreal today. Went in the next day, he goes, I don't know what was going on. I couldn't lift a thing. I was like, you trained yesterday? He's like, yeah. I was like, I think that's what it is. You just needed a day in between, especially if you're doing full body. You just need to let it recover. So like when you do full body, there's different ways you could do it. You could do like the whole back of your body. You could do back and glutes and hammies, and then you could do the front of body, you know, your quads, your chest, your shoulders, whatever. Just so you have got a little bit more recovery in between. That could be a thing, or you just have a rest day. But things like upper lower splits probably be what I would go for. Or you could follow like omni contraction, where we do split up things differently for the splits with the tempos as well, which we'll go into in a second. So moderate volume, low complexity, that's what we need. Clear progressions, and they want to track. So logging workouts, unreal. They're going to want to do the same list for 4 to 6 weeks. And this is where things are going to differentiate in my coaching style. So, for example, the 1Bs and the 2As at the moment are following a 3-week eccentric phase. And then I'm going to make them do an isometric phase, probably with different exercises. Whereas with the type 2Bs and the 3s, I'm probably going to keep them doing the same exercise. We're just going to swap from eccentrics to isometric. So they're still doing back squat, but they're not focused on the eccentric anymore. They're going to hold it at parallel for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it is. Same exercise. They're not getting overwhelmed. Little adjustments so I can peak their strength following the omni contraction. So that way at the end, we get some really good lifts. Volume and split, like the total body is good. Upper lower, good. Push-pull legs is probably a bit too intense unless they're very well regulated. 3 to 4 exercises per session is perfect for these guys. So we're back down low. The type 1A and the type 3 have got the highest adrenaline. They don't need a lot of exercises in their session. So again, I've just been spamming them with a fuckload of volume. They don't love it. And even my boy Nick goes, oh yeah, I don't finish the workouts. And I'm like, oh fuck, how many people don't finish the workouts? And Christian Thibodeau even says shit coaches use volume to hide their shit coaches. So again, I'm better now. We're learning. It's awesome. Okay, so slow tempo work's gonna be awesome. 3 to 4 second eccentric, pause at the bottom, console concentric, like the 2Bs. They love pause reps, isometrics. It actually calms their nervous system while they train, so they're gonna feel better. In terms of hypertrophy, lactate base work is gold. So 40 to 60 seconds again, like the 2Bs per set, unreal. High time under tension with low neurological stress. That's what we like. Again, bodybuilding kind of lifts, or even just like even powerlifting movements like deadlifts, bench, squat, slowing it down. 40 to 60 seconds per set. Awesome. So less weight, more feeling, which will equal better results and better emotional regulation. They're not going to get all stressed out after a workout because we don't want that. We don't want to feel shit after a workout. We won't work out. So things we need to avoid are highly complex exercises like Olympic lifts, CrossFit style chaos, or max effort methods. I'm sorry. Again, I feel so bad for these guys because it's everything I make them do. Even Nick was like, I will not do Olympic lifts. I'm going to hurt myself. And that's the reason they don't actually want to do them is that their adrenaline's so high, so their cortisol's really high, and they're worried that they're going to hurt themselves more than anyone else as well. And they want perfection. They want to be just getting the reps in perfect. So it's not that they can't do Olympic lifting, it's that you need to really break it down into getting the best control out of them. But honestly, they just really aren't going to be enjoying that kind of training, most likely. Okay. In terms of nutrition, this is where it's going to get real different. We have the goal that we need to stabilize mood, lower cortisol, and boost serotonin. So high carb here, the highest. Like when I did my sports nutrition qualification, they were pushing high carb, high carb, high carb. This is what you need for sport. This is what you need to do for sport. I don't really agree with that, like not fully, but it's the perfect diet for the type threes. So it's perfect for like one individual, right? But the 1Bs aren't going to like you. If you end up with the high carb at the end of the day, 1Bs will love it, but high carbs all throughout the whole day, I'm not going to love it so much. Okay, so we need frequent meals to keep the blood sugar and mood stable. That's super important. If you're feeling up and down, check how frequently you're eating and if you're having carbs with every meal. Roughly 20 to 30 grams would be perfect. So carbs are the type 3's fuel and emotional buffer. It's not just one or the other. It's literally both. So it's especially important for them to have carbs in the afternoon or evening to help with the serotonin production and reduce the anxiety before bed. Okay. Do not have them on keto or low carb. No good. It's going to lead to anxiety, insomnia, mood crashes. It's going to increase cortisol and adrenaline. So mental burnout, it's no good. Wouldn't do fasting either. Skipping meals will boost the cortisol, feel overwhelmed, out of rhythm. We don't want that. We want stable, structured eating, which is going to give us emotional stability. When it comes to recovery, type 3s don't recover well from chaos. They recover from routine. And this is something the boys have been joking about with my friend now. We're like, oh, chaos. You wouldn't want that, would you? Like it's funny. Like we're having fun, the boys being boys, just fucking bantering. But just knowing that they don't recover from chaos well. They don't want that. That's not the situation they want to be in. At all. So slow walks, breath work, meditation, especially before bed, would be really good. Higher carb meals at night, magnesium, GABA to help support the nervous system, bring it back down would be really cool. Deloads would be the best thing for these guys as well. So same plan, just lighter loads, fewer sets. And it just changes. It reduces like sudden changes. We don't want that even in the deload weeks. We just want to keep doing what we're doing better, lower intensity, keep structure, keep calm, feel good. Red flags will be like overthinking in your training, stress before gym sessions, feeling off, just random changes. We don't want any of that. Okay, we really want to be in touch with how you're feeling in these things. So, when we're talking like lifestyle now and daily structure, a type 3 really needs just a rhythm that feels safe. Predictable training, predictable meals, familiar gym, consistent timing when you're training, and just a lifestyle that avoids mental stress. That's really what we want. It's just structure. So my calendar YouTube video I've got, just send me a message if you're type 3 and just want a calendar reset. I've got the perfect auditing thing. Like I definitely have some tendencies where I'm just like, oh yeah, fucking structure. Love it. But when I'm structuring things, I've talked about this in the other episodes. It's like I've got an hour block for learning. I'm going to learn anything. That's cool. That's my variety. But I know I need to get it done. But you might just be like, this is when I need to do this. This is when I do this. This is when it'll make you feel good. Okay. We also really want to focus on serotonin support. So get your morning sunshine in. Walk in the morning. Like that's like one of the best things you can do is just go for a walk in the sun every morning, and then make sure you're getting that high carb. And trying to lower stress in the evenings in particular so you can get good sleep because that's really going to make a difference. Box breathing, calm music, really good. And ideally, you're going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. That's really good for everyone, but this is going to be more important for them. The biggest threat for a 3 is too much change, which equals anxiety, makes a cortisol spike, loss of motivation. They need to feel in control to perform. So let's go through some supplements, and they're pretty similar to what we've talked about before, but you can understand why now. So the magnesium glycinate for anxiety and sleep, L-theanine was going to smooth out the cortisol spikes. The GABA will help with calmness and focus. 5-HTP is helping the serotonin support, especially good in the evening for this. Inositol is actually a really good one that I haven't really touched on. I've only just learned about inositol, but it's supposed to be phenomenal. I think it was technically B8 vitamin originally. I would have to double check, but I think it was that. It's supposed to be insanely good for mood and insulin regulation. So type 3 is going to say something real rough for you right now. Christian Thibodeau says that type 3s are going to be the most likely to be skinny fat, where they've got some fat around like their midsection that they can't lose. Their insulin sensitivity is not going to be as good either. So Inositol will be really good for that, which I think technically makes type 3s. I'm not 100% here. Out of everything else I've said, I'm 100% on, but I feel like that should make type 3s more diabetic risk, because it's just, it plays around with all of the insulin sensitivity and stuff as well. So just be careful. And that's why you'll hear people say, like, I can just look at a piece of cake and put it on my waist. If you're type 3, like if you have those like sugars, there is a higher chance that that's what's going to happen. We might go in more into like the fat loss stuff in different series, where with fat mobilization with different things as well. Yeah, it's rough. This video of him explaining type 3s is wild. It's like skinny fat, dog shit insulin. Like it's just wild. It's funny as like it sucks. But again, just knowing what you need to do, and like it can explain things. It's like if you've always just been type 3 and like you are always a type 3. If you've always just had like this fat ring around your belly, like I can't fucking lose it. It's the last thing to go. Yeah, it's normal. It's okay. Just because you've got the higher cortisol levels, it actually stores the fat. So we just need work to bring them down, and then you'd be okay. So don't have pre-workout, honestly. That's probably the best thing for you. Just don't. Your adrenaline's already so high. You don't want a heap of caffeine. Keep your caffeine lower. You definitely don't want to go keto or low carb. You just feel like shit. Okay, so if you feel better with a plan, if you get anxious when training feels chaotic, if you perform best when your whole day's structured, not random, you're probably a type 3. You don't need to become like more hardcore. You just need to train, eat, and recover in a way that calms your brain and builds your confidence. So like all the alphas screaming at you, like, this is what you need to do. Yeah, you will just do better if you can calm your brain. Okay. That's why it's nice to be like, oh, I thought I was being a pussy. No, okay, this just works for me. Okay. So just send me a message if you want that calendar resource. It'll seriously massive benefit to you. If you want to know, just if you haven't done it yet, after listening to all of these, just send me a message that says quiz and I'll send it over. We can figure out what your neurotype is so you can plug these episodes more specifically into your life and how you need to make it work to feel optimized. Guys, that is the full 5-part series for the new neurotype profiles. Hope you enjoyed it. I fucking love doing it. We're going to go into different things further from here. This is just the overview so you can understand. I really want to just break everything down and relate it to everything that we do in life. Really, really cool. So thank you for listening. Find out what your neurotype is. So fucking interesting. If you, from the 5th episode, I assume you agree to. I think this is technically 6. We talked about everything in one. Okay, so I will talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me.